Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the Enough Said podcast. We are in season 3, episode 11. It is the Super Bowl special. So we are excited. Obviously, the Eagles are in the Super Bowl playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So before we get started, as always, feel free to subscribe to our channel on YouTube or send us an email. That's enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com. All right, let's get right into it. Not waste any time tonight. We have the usual suspects. So first, let's bring in this guy because, you know, he is a 49ers fan. And, you know, we can't let him live this down. But we'll just say watching the 49ers game and him watching that game was enough for him to lose his bowels. It's probably because they lost more quarterbacks than injuries to women on Deshaun Watson's towels. So what's up, Mike? What's happening, man? You went through more quarterbacks than women on Deshaun Watson's towel, but, you know, what's happening, man?
Mike, you muted.
Oh, don't tell me.
Yeah, duh.
Oh, man. All right, let's start it again. We'll start it again.
Just let it roll because it seems like I think Mike just want to dish you. Just want to dish you, Sal. That's all. He's cussing. That's all he was doing. He was cussing all the way. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm all good. I'm all good. But there is something. I got to step away for a second.
Okay.
Well, Sal, you gonna introduce me or what?
This is just not meant to be tonight, man.
Hey, man, just let it ride. Let it ride. Let it ride, man.
Oh, my God. That's funny.
I got the check. Oh, he got the binky. Oh, he's living up to the bet.
Oh, man.
Look at this, everyone. Now, you're going to have to explain to our listeners what happened here. Why you got the
This is called show business because I didn't make the bet. Jermaine had this Christmas gift. He said, I'm going to get you crushes. And, you know, then he started talking about, you know, when San Fran loses to the Eagles and TMC is all banged up, you're going to have to put on a bib and a binky. And I said, let me think about that. I never made the bet. But you know what? The way that game went, I owe it to Jermaine. So, yeah, I got the bib and the binky.
Wow, man.
Oh, my goodness. That's hilarious. Hey, listen, man. You man up to your bet, so that's a plus right there.
I give him credit for that. I'll tell you, yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I love it. I give him credit.
That's why I feel bad Jermaine's not on here right now because I know he would be falling out.
Oh man, he'll be falling out. I know he will be, but hey,
he be dying. But all right, so this second guy here, for all the crap that he gave me about this quarterback and all his big bucks, will he now finally admit that Kirk Cousins sucks? Say hi to Dre, everybody. Dre, you called it, man. You said you were frauds. Here we go again. You know.
Yeah, they are, and yes, again, he did not make it to the playoffs. So he lost again.
Hey, but you know what? Did you watch Kirk Cousins playing flag football in the Pro Bowl games? He was lighting it up. That's his niche.
That's his calling right there. So
he was throwing dimes. He was hitting tight ends. He had George Kittle for the pass. He had Justin Jefferson for a pass. He was lighting up. He was pumped up too. He was doing his Kirk Cousins thing, man. I think he's found his calling.
Hey,
I think so, man. I think so.
Two-hand touch. So that's what he's doing.
Yep. So I'm here, man. I'm excited. You know, I'm excited, man. We all know what this is. This is the couple days before the big show. We all know.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's talk about these Super Bowl predictions. And I know Dre's going to give me crap because I've been talking crap about Howie the whole year. I'm still not convinced. Let's see what happens in the Super Bowl here. Howie's got his work cut out for him next year. We'll talk about that too. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's start with the game first. So on the
what
injury
are you not convinced
report,
about? Hold on. What are you not convinced about when it comes to Howie? Yeah, and the Super Bowl. Like, what is there not to be convinced? Like, if they lose, you're going to be like, "Oh, this is all Howie's fault." I mean, there's no
It's
way.
it's how he eventually he put all his eggs in one basket, and now next year he's going to pay the price because he's not going to be able to sign everybody. He's not. I mean, Dre and I were talking about this the other night. Think of what happens if Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl, right? Okay, he gets Super Bowl MVP. He wins the Super Bowl. He's got the same resume as Patrick Mahomes. He wants Patrick Mahomes' money. That's more than Deshaun Watson. So you basically got to pay him somewhere between Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. How are you going to sign anybody else on that team? Jalen's going to take up the majority of it. He's got the same resume as Mahomes, so why should he get the same money? Mahomes has the Super Bowl and MVP, right?
Does he have the same resume as Mahomes? I mean, this
He
is
will
only
if he
Jalen
wins the
Hurts'
Super Bowl.
This is his first real year as an MVP caliber quarterback. Mahomes almost from Jump Street has been an MVP caliber quarterback. So I don't know if we can kind of say they're equal, off of one successful year. I mean, we were dogging Jalen Hurts Madden rating, was it 69, Dre? At the 72, whatever it was at the beginning of the season. So, Mahomes has been, a 90 something, aside from Madden. But yeah, I mean, the proof's been in the pudding. Mahomes has really been high caliber from the jump. So I think honestly, I don't know if Jalen Hurts is really going to command that kind of money. Like, I think he might be maybe Brady-esque a little bit in that whole, I don't want to hamstring the team and take up the whole cap that we can't sign players. I think Jalen Hurts kind of realizes that his success kind of really depends on having, some pieces and players around him. And if he takes up the whole, salary cap, he's not going to be successful. And he's going to get beat up and get run 1,000 times.
Yeah, it's a business, Mike. He wants money. He's going to say he earned it. Yeah,
but Brady got paid. I mean, it's not like he never got his money. He just made his deal so that they could defer a lot of it. And so, I don't know what Hurts is like when it comes to his business. And I know he has, his agents and stuff like that. And they said they're really good. But,
yeah.
But, I mean, you never know. He might be cut differently. I think like AJ Brown would be like, I want my money and I don't care. But I don't know. Hurts kind of strikes me a little different, that he might want to look out for the team and honestly for his career. Success just, when you win is good. If you get paid a bunch of money and you lose, you're Kirk Cousins.
Well, let's see. I don't believe it. I think these players, it's a business to them. When push comes to shove, they don't care about anybody else. They want to get paid, and that's what it comes down to. Deshaun Watson wants to get paid.
That's the problem that I'm seeing with these athletes. You play. This is why you became an athlete, because you love to play the game. To me, I think the money will come with how successful you are. But like you said, a lot of them just want to go chase the money and go from there. But I guess that's the new genre, the new way of doing it. But back to what you're saying about Howie. Yeah, I was on a Howie train when I told you like he got to go and stuff, but he bounced back, and things that look positive, you're still closing your mind on, Sal, about what he has accomplished. And I'm kind of like saying, hey, he's moving in the right direction, and they made a lot of changes from the previous time. Like, remember I told you, like, I started seeing back in 2017 when we had when we went after Ajayi. And we went after Alshon Jeffries. We went after a couple other guys. And I was like, okay, Howie's finally getting it. That was our 2017 run to the Super Bowl. But I don't know, man. You got to give Howie some kind of credit this time around, Sal. You got to give him something.
He was on his way out, and he signed a whole crap load of players. Now, if Jalen Hurts doesn't have the season that he has, and he has like a good season even, Eagles, Howie doesn't make it through. I mean, let's face it, right? Eagles did have an easy schedule. I agree with you. Not their fault, but they did have it easy. And next year is not going to be as easy, And let's see what Howie does with the draft. He's got 2 first-round draft picks. Let's see what he does,
Okay.
But, if he blows the first-round picks again like he has in the past, all right, he nailed Devonta Smith, but you know what happened with Rieger? You know what happened with Mike Mamula and all these. The
But
list goes on
Rieger,
and
man,
on.
Jesus, Rieger shouldn't be in the NFL.
But
Sorry.
I know we want to get to the Super Bowl talk, but the way the team was constructed, Howie Will and did a lot of draft picks, a lot of lower draft picks. I mean, he really turned some of these bigger picks into capital to get other players. So he got a lot of players that are on this team, maybe the 1-year deals, maybe they're not, but I think he did a really good job with kind of wheeling and dealing to put this thing together. And it always feels like every time there was a problem and you had something to be fixed, he was right there getting people to fix it. He got Sue and he got the other guy on the line, I can't think of his name right now, from the Bears, to help fix the run defense. Because earlier this year, we were all, you guys were talking about the run defense and they couldn't stop anybody, couldn't tackle, and couldn't stop the run. So, I mean, they needed a weapon. They got A.J. Brown. I can't fault the guy. I mean, he's plugged every hole so far. And I mean, maybe that luck runs out. Maybe this is an all or nothing kind of year. But, if it gets you a ring number 2, a lot of teams can't say that.
I mean, I will give him that credit. I mean, there's a second Super Bowl they've been to in 5 years. So I mean, you got to give him credit for that. And I mean, Mahomes, this is 3 in 5 years, I think. For Patrick.
Yeah, I mean,
that's third.
If you think about it, he's the only other team that's had that kind of success is the Chiefs. You know, San Francisco's been close. I mean, they probably right behind. They got to the championship game a bunch of times, but the Eagles, 2 in 5 years. Could be 2 rings in 5 years. I mean, that's pretty good. Could always be a Cowboys fan.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, man. All those Cowboy fans, same old story.
Right. Yeah. They don't know nothing about getting the Super Bowl.
You guys just won't get it.
Where's Key? That's what they do, right? That's what you do.
Right.
But yeah, getting back to the Super Bowl here, injury report. And I know Jermaine would be devastated because the only person on the injury report right now for both teams is Mr. Covey. I know Jermaine would be devastated that he's not going to be able to play with a hamstring, but so the Eagles are going to have to find a punt returner for this game because Covey is questionable, and he's the only one. Chiefs have nobody listed on the injury report, and the Eagles only have Covey. So, what do you guys think? I mean, teams are
Mahomes is still hurt. I mean, he's still injured.
Yeah, that's a little fakery there because I know there was a bunch of Chiefs that were hurt in that game at the end of it. I mean, he had 2 receivers that didn't finish the game, so I don't know how they have no injuries. That's a little gamesmanship on Andy Reid's part.
Technically, Patrick had 1 full week of recovery, so he'll probably feel good that first quarter. But as it goes on, we'll see. I mean, it's a high ankle sprain; they don't go away in a couple weeks.
Nope.
Right.
So
especially when you play on again the next week.
Exactly. So yeah, the injury reports seem to be all clear and all that, but they're just playing their poker cards,
Yeah, I would say so. I think both teams are doing that. And who knows? There could be a little bit of Vegas involved with that too. If you get someone out there on injury, all of a sudden it's oh man, I know Jermaine can see what I got on.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, there he is.
Look at that! Look at that!
Love it. I love it. Wow! Came in at the right time.
Hold up!
Listen,
it's reversible.
It's reversible. It's reversible.
That's awesome!
Wow! I love it.
I didn't even make the bet with you, but I still keep it just because y'all beat Niners like they
you
was
came
nothing.
in at the right time, buddy. The right time.
Yeah. All right, well, let's introduce this guy here. I'm glad he popped in. So this guy, he wants to give Howie the benefit of the doubt for the season. But maybe if he knew what an adjective was, he could give me one reason. Say hi to Jermaine, everybody.
What's up, everybody? It's been a minute. It's glad to be back, man. Glad to be back with the crew, having some fun and whatnot. And, Sal, you know what you can do. You can kick rocks, all right?
Yeah, we just closed off about, me and Mike was punching him left and right about giving Howie the credit that he has to give the credit to him. So that's where we just left off, and now we just went over, started talking about the matchups and over the injuries, where they were saying there was no injury reports, but we all know Patrick Mahomes is still hurt, or injured. How do you look at it?
Okay.
We were saying, Jermaine, I know you're going to be devastated. There's only one person. I looked right before the show. Only one person who's on the injury report for the Eagles, and that's Covey. So I know you're devastated.
I thought, you know what, Sal? I thought because I heard it this morning when I went to work, and I said, "Oh, there's Sal's boy. He's going to be upset if he's questionable."
Well, and you know who the backup punt returner is Devonta Smith, so it could be.
Oh,
him,
wow.
man.
Okay.
So,
You still go with Boston Scott. You know, you still go with Boston Scott doing that. I mean, I trust Boston, but yeah, that's your boy, man. I know you're so. You're so hurt by it. But Mike, I can't get over this bib, man. I gotta. Where's my phone, man? I gotta. We gotta screen save this.
Wow.
So anytime I call,
it's live.
Andre's recording it.
It's
live.
It's
That's
live
what's
on
up,
YouTube.
man. That's
It's
what's
live.
up.
It's live.
So I gotta get. I still gotta get a picture of it.
It's
Just like I got a screensaver anytime Dre calls me. Dre's covered up with that Dallas Cowboy blanket, and he tries to deny it. So anytime, Mike, me and you may get on the phone, that's what's going to happen, man. I'm going to screen say that and look. I love it.
All right, well, let's get into these.
All for the show.
So we got these predictions, Jermaine, that we were talking about. We were just about to get into it. So let's do that. Let's talk about who we think is gonna pull this one out.
Okay.
So, Dre, do you want to start it off? So in the end, I think I know who you're gonna pick, but go ahead, buddy.
I was partially listening. Start off what?
Here we go. I mean, how long we been off air?
I was here, but not here.
How long you been off air?
Read my lips. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl?
Huh?
Oh, who do I think will win the Super Bowl? Oh, I don't know. I'm wearing the hat. It's the Eagles, man. And I'm gonna tell you why. I was actually doing some film studying, guys. Can you believe this? I was watching some stuff in the back. Let me tell you, man.
All right.
It comes down to stopping the route of Travis Kelce. If we can stop his route running, double him, and let Mahomes do whatever the heck he does, side of the ear hole and all that. And I don't care about what's his name? Juju. Smith Jr. and all those guys. But if you can slow down Travis Kelce, I think Philadelphia has a great shot of winning this game. Take him out. Like you got to take him out.
Take him out like you did Bosa. Just throw
special
teamer into him. That's all.
It's the saying, man. Because Travis, if you look at and what this by studying, if you look at Travis, it's after the catch is how is his talent. The guy knows how to lower himself, break the tackle, and then gain 5, 10, 15 more. But it's also his route running. He has very, very good route running. And when Mahomes is in trouble, that's where he goes to, and he gets that 15, 20 yards from Travis. So we got to shut that Kelce brother down. Not because the Kelce brothers are going at each other. So.
All right, you got a final score, Dre, before we go over to Mike?
Yeah, I got a final score. I got a good score, man. I got 36-28.
Whoa.
Wow.
Jesus. Okay.
I never seen a team get 36 points ever. How do you get 36?
Yeah, like
that's one of those numbers.
In the Super Bowl? Yeah.
I never. Man.
What are you counting by twos?
All right.
I guess you get the 30 and Tom Brady was down
field goals.
Tom Brady was down 21 points against Atlanta. Remember that big one? 28 points.
The score 36. I mean, I guess you get 30 points. Yeah, I get a bunch of field goals then. Yeah. Somewhere in there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Who you got? I know Mike's a little salty after last week.
Yeah, of course I'm salty, but no, I said the Eagles. I'm rooting for them because it hurts. I think it's going to be an interesting game. I'm very curious to see how Kansas City defense shows up. They've always been one of those kind of defenses that don't really look good throughout the year, but then somehow they step up in the big game, and guys who seem like they're nobodies all of a sudden play like they're somebody. So I'm very curious to see how they match up to the Eagles offense, especially stopping the run. But yeah, I think the Eagles got it. I think it's going to be a close game. I think I'll say 27-24 to kind of play it safe. But yeah, I think the Eagles will get it this year.
All right. Interesting stuff. Jermaine, take it away. Your boy Howie, is he going to get another ring?
I think, the bottom line is, yes, Howie's going to get another ring. So I'm not fine. I'm fine with that. But, Dre's like, you got to stop Travis Kelce. So I say let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him get his own thing and whatnot. But I got Philly. I got Philly going on. I got Philly going 31-21. I think it's going to be tight all the way up to the fourth quarter, and then Philly's just going to pull away. So,
all right, it's so far it's unanimous, and this might actually, this could come back to bite me, but I'm going to say I'm actually going to pick the Eagles in this game. This is the first time I picked them and watched them lose because of it.
So actually going to pick the Eagles. You just put a death wish.
Right. I'm telling you, I know.
You know that, right? All these Eagle fans out here saying like, what the heck is wrong with you?
I know.
You actually going to pick.
I'll be honest. I thought that the San Francisco game would be much closer than it was. Put it this way, I agree with what you said, Dre, and Mike too, about the defense of Kansas City. They're not San Francisco defense. I think the Eagles are going to have an easier time moving the ball against them than they did against San Francisco. I really do. I mean, if you can get that many points on San Francisco's defense, you're going to be able to get points on Kansas City's. So I actually, we had a poll at work, and I said that the Super Bowl MVP was going to actually be Devontae Smith, because I think he's going to be a big factor in this game. So I'm going to say 28-21 Eagles in this one. And, I think it's going to be close, but I do think the Eagles are going to pull it out, and I think they'll be able to move the ball. So
okay.
See, this is my thing too. Before I got interrupted with all these damn dogs and whatnot barking, but what I was trying to say, it's going to be very concerning in the first half, because I don't think our defense has really been battle tested in the playoffs. All right, I mean, you had the Giants, so what? We thought San Fran was going to bring it. I mean, circumstances, came to a halt when their quarterback got hurt. I'm kind of concerned. Yeah, I'm not a Mahomes fan, but still, I mean, you still got to account for this man to maybe do his, magician thing, act and whatnot. But, Bradbury and Slay. I mean, Bradbury and Slay, they really haven't been tested in these playoffs. So I'm kind of concerned about that.
You're saying everything that I was thinking that I just did not say. It was the one thing I was just thinking in the back of my mind when I was before we even came on the show, but I didn't get around to saying it. Was you're right. They have not been battle tested. They have not had that game that pushes you to the edge where you're just kind of like, all right, what you really made of? I really wanted San Fran to be that game. That's what I always was counting on. That didn't happen, but yes, and it's two things. Look, either the Eagles are really that daggone good and they're just going to mop everybody out, or like you said, they haven't been battle tested, and when they get to the thick of it, it could get kind of scary. My one concern with Jalen Hurts, and this could be that make or break kind of game, is can he pass the ball? Like if he gets into a real I got to pass the ball kind of game, is he going to be able to keep up? And I don't think he's really had that challenge yet. And that could happen. I've seen it when Mahomes can do it. Be curious to see if Jalen Hurts, gets into a shootout. Just one of those things where he has to make the play. You saw Mahomes do it in that Bengals game. When the game was on the line, and he drew the penalty, which was kind of fake, but still he got it. He got the first down. I mean, they were looking like they were going to win anyway. I mean, they were in field goal range, but he put the game on his shoulder. That was all him. I got to give him respect. As much as he was, he threw the ball on and whiffed it and turned the ball over and had some turnovers and some ugly plays. I mean, when it came down to trying to win the game, he did it, and now it hurts going to do that.
On a bad ankle at that. I mean, when he got that last run, I was just like, wow, all right. Like I said, Mike, I'm not a Mahomes fan, but I had to give it to him. I mean, he gutted it out. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, all right, I'm not going to doubt him no more. After that, I was just like, all right, he's got heart. Forget it. He's not Brett Favre. You're not stealing from the
poor. And one thing we haven't talked about Jalen Hurts is obviously his health, right? I mean, we don't know how healthy his shoulder is at this point. And you're right, Mike, if he's got to get into a situation where he's got to throw the ball a lot, will his shoulder hold up? That's going to be something to look at,
Yeah. I think the Eagles, you don't want to get behind. You really don't want to get to a situation where you lose your run game. I think that could spell trouble, but I could be wrong. I mean, this is where AJ Brown has to earn his money, and Devontae Smith earns his money, and Goddard and all those guys, and we'll see. We'll see.
AJ Brown has got to be the real deal this game. He's got to be the real deal. 100, 200, whatever you want to call it. I know we've been arguing over the season and whatnot. There's no such thing, but AJ's got to bring it, man. He's got to bring it. Listen, and this is like what Mike said. This is what you paid him for to get where you're at right now. All right? Because I'm going to tell you right now.
Well, I'm going to make you smile. I'm going to make you smile. Because Sal and I was talking a couple 48 hours ago. I got Devontae 1, AJ Brown 2 for this matchup.
All right.
Because I really feel that Devontae Smith has, when he showed me against New York, and I think the last one was against San Fran, even though he didn't catch that, but his that was a bad call. But his effort and stuff, I feel that he is going to be the playmaker of Kansas City than AJ Brown. You see what I'm saying? Like I think AJ, you're right. He's got to do his thing, but I'm really thinking Devontae Smith is going to be number one.
Mm-hmm. He could be. I mean, he's been that. He's so tough because he runs routes so well. He's so smooth, and that's why they have a rough time holding him up. He can get off the line. He just is silky smooth in the routes. He can go up and catch, and he's fast. He's got the whole package. I mean, but AJ Brown is that big, strong receiver that if you get it up in the air, he's going to go get it because he's got that strength, and he can run after the catch. He gets you those yards after the catch. So they basically complement each other really, really well. And that,
I think AJ Brown really is. I think he's the one that draws, the double coverages and stuff that will give Devontae that single coverage. Going man to man, and this has to beat his man, which he can do. So like I said, they complement each other. I think AJ complements Devontae a little bit more because I think AJ draws more attention. But that's the benefit of having two good receivers.
Exactly. Well, three good receivers. You can't count out Dallas Goddard either. Yeah.
Well, no,
right.
And
that's what killed the Cowboys.
And I thought Kansas City is not that good with protecting the tight end. Right? I thought they're in the past defense. They're not.
Well,
they're not
I was just about to say I don't know about that, but what you're saying is Devontae and AJ. One of those two should just be. They should just ball out because they're going against two rookie cornerbacks. Aren't they? Yeah, they're going against two rookie cornerbacks. Yes, Yep. They're probably going to be shell shocked because if I was in that position and I'm going to the Super Bowl and you see all these lights and seeing everything and whatnot, those are rookies. They're still rookies. All right. So Devontae and AJ, it shouldn't be no excuse. It shouldn't be no excuse that somebody, at least one of those two, should have 150 yards receiving. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion.
Sure.
I'm
on board.
Which the Chiefs might actually be like, go ahead, we'll give those yards up, but as long as you don't give up points. It's like when T.O. got a bunch of yards in the Super Bowl, but they still couldn't score touchdowns. That might be Spagnuolo's strategy. I've seen this. Just I saw it firsthand when San Fran played the Chiefs. And it's just kind of like, where does defense come from? Because I just thought they had no defense, and the Chiefs all of a sudden had people showing up,
exactly,
making plays.
So all the season,
don't underestimate them. Don't underestimate them.
You're right. You're absolutely right. It's like, wait a minute. All season, I didn't see this, and all of a sudden, just like when they played the Patriots, when Patriots in that undefeated season. What? I mean, no, I'm sorry. No, that was the Giants. I'm sorry. But no, when they played San Fran, it's like, where did this defense, when they played them in the Super Bowl, where did this defense? It just came out of nowhere. I mean, you would think that he was a genius. You know what I mean? It's like, why is he a defensive coordinator and he put a stellar game plan together? It's crazy. It's crazy. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, even the Bengals game that we just watched, where they got all those sacks, it's like, where did all these sacks from all of a sudden? He's sacking. But I mean, Chris Jones is really good, but I mean, they were lighting them up. I'm like, where'd this come from? So
yeah. It should be an entertaining game, but get your popcorn ready, Dre, because it's cool. If you need your nails cut, because you're gonna be biting your nails this whole game.
Well, Jermaine definitely knows something about lights and bright lights, because after he got run over by Ron Dane, he saw plenty of them.
Oh yeah,
if anybody knows about
those
that,
bright lights, yeah.
It's him. All right, we got a couple topics we want to talk about. So let's talk about the coaches, all the coaching changes and everything like that, and then we're going to get into, which is going to be great, our preseason predictions, because I know there's going to be so many things that got messed up. Right. All right. So let's start with this first one, guys, because this one kind of drove me nuts. So there's a New York Giants coach that gets Coach of the Year. What? You guys agree with this? Like, over Sirianni?
I don't agree with it.
I don't know.
Well, I actually felt over Shanahan even. I was just kind of like, well, but he did take a bad team that no one expected to be any good. And we got to get to one other award real quick that I think is really wrong. But I just got to throw it out there. It bothers me more than this bothers me. How does Geno Smith get comeback player of the year? What did he come back from? I mean, come on. You got to be good, then get hurt, and then come back to have a comeback player of the year. But if you suck the whole career and then you get comeback, he ain't come back for nothing. How do you get that award? CMC should have got that award. He was hurt last year.
Russell Wilson
was
never left.
CMC in the running? Was CMC in the running, Mike? Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Why would that not be CMC?
I'll tell you, that's not Geno Smith.
Had a great year. Man, I'm sorry, Sal. I know it's not coach, but
sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. No, look, Brian Dabble.
That's not Geno Smith, man.
Geno Smith. Look, I mean, all dressed up podcast. They said you got to start something to come back from something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. How do you? I mean, Geno Smith was never. Oh man, I don't know. There was no comeback. I mean, that's just he's the most improved player.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
I think there's an award for most improved, but comeback,
you're right.
hell no.
Yeah,
he's not.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Come back from what?
Every time the cameraman, you didn't know that was actually Russell Wilson. He never left. Gino went to Denver, so.
Oh my God!
That's what happened, man. That's what happened.
Yeah, but let's say Brian Daboll. Look, I mean, let's be real. He got Danny Dimes to look functional. Yeah, you gotta give him a coach of the year just for that, because Danny Dimes was terrible.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, they got to the playoffs with him. I mean, that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Yeah, whatever. I still don't agree with it with Dave. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I mean, Sirianni wasn't even in the running. That's the thing. I mean, yes, I know he was top 5, and then they had to cut it down to 3 and whatnot. So I just 9 and what was they 9 and 7, Mike? 9 and 7.
Maybe
I think
they expected Nick Sirianni to be.
Yeah.
No,
none of us did. Even in our preseason, nobody didn't see this coming.
No, we did.
We
right,
did,
but I think a lot of people didn't see this coming either. I mean, come on. You thinking that because they had a cakewalk schedule or whatever, or
I don't.
Well, I think almost to some degree, and why Shanahan also didn't get it is talent.
Yes.
I think both teams have a significant amount of talent, and Daboll had no talent and got the team to play way better than Sirianni. Really kind of, he was almost like Phil Jackson, with the Lakers. It's like, look, just don't blow this thing up, and you should have success. So I think that's what kind of got held against him. And Shanahan, I mean, you got number one defense, and all these stars, Debo and stuff like that. You should be pretty good. The Giants were supposed to have 4 wins this year, if that.
Yeah.
So I don't like it that much, but I can understand where they're coming from.
I would have gave it to Doug before I would have gave it to him. You know what I mean? To be honest with you,
I would have given it to him. I think he did an amazing job, Doug Peterson. That's a great point.
Which is actually who you picked, Sal. That's who you predicted.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did.
No, but you picked the Jaguars to win the division, though, didn't you? And that was right. Yeah.
I did, but Sal did have him for Coach of the Year. We'll get that, but Sal did have him picked the Coach of the Year, which he was deserving of it. I give him credit. They were definitely much better.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of these hires real quick. Dre, who do you like? You like Sean Payton for Denver? You like D'Amico Ryans for Houston? You got anybody that you like so far?
I'm going to say D'Amico Ryans for Houston. Like for Sean Payton, I'm kind of expecting. Denver was just a chaotic mess. So was Houston, but I don't know, man. I kind of go for the underdog, and I want to see D'Amico get his.
I agree too. I mean, D'Amico. I mean, he was only 1 year in for that defensive coordinator for San Fran.
I think
this was the second year.
It's the second year.
Okay, second year. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him, but I don't know. I mean, you're coming from a franchise that's trying to find their identity and stuff like that. I just hope he's just strong enough, and then he has a crew. You know what I mean, to actually back him up and everything. That's just how I feel.
That's true.
With Houston, I mean, you got a good you got to get a quarterback. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with the quarter. What are they going to do with the quarterback? So I know they've top five picks or what. So I don't know. I don't know if CJ Stroud can fit into that mix. You know what I mean? Something like that. But I'm rooting for him. And Sean Payton, I mean, he's got a good pedigree, but it's a mess. Denver's a mess. It's a mess. Can he handle it? And they gave him all this money and the Saints with all these draft picks that they get, that they had to give up because I guess Sean Payton was still under contract with the Saints and stuff. So I mean, he's got a good pedigree, but he's got his job cut out for him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Now I need everybody to calm down with this name because Dallas scares me next year because Brian Schottenheimer has been hired as the offensive coordinator. Ooh, try to hold back your enthusiasm here.
That's Marty's son. Is he related to Marty? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because he don't look like him.
Yeah.
So
Mike or Jermaine on that one.
McCarthy's going to be calling the plays though.
He's going.
So it really,
he's going.
So.
I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. We're starting out preseason for this year. Who's the one on the hot seat? It is definitely Mike. He's going. Right. That's the first one. He might be going in the middle of the season. To be honest with you, he might be going.
And then real quick, let me ask you guys about this guy because Cleveland. Everybody thought this team was going to be like. They were going to turn it around, right? They got Deshaun Watson, they got all these guys, and Jim Schwartz is now the defensive coordinator. I mean, I don't know, man. Seriously, why? What is Cleveland doing? I don't know what that organization is doing.
Cleveland is doing what Cleveland does. Bad.
Yeah, I mean,
it's talk about it. I don't even know where to start with Cleveland.
I don't know either.
You overpaid for Deshaun Watson. You thought that their defense was going to be better than it was the last few. It's a mess.
I think the 11-game suspension played a big factor of it too, because if Deshaun would have played week 1, it might be better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Jacoby Brissett, right?
Guess we'll find out. And they're on the hook for all that money, so they ain't got no choice. They got to hope that it works out.
Yeah.
Because his salary it was something with a salary that got deferred this year. I think because of the suspension and some other stuff, they really didn't have to pay a lot. But
now it
really
kicks in. Yeah,
next
you're
year,
right.
so.
Yeah, that first year, I think they only paid him $1 million, something like that. Something stupid.
Yeah, it was something.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And they deferred a bunch of stuff, but now it really kicks in on the salary cap hit. So yeah, he's gonna have to be Lamar Jackson. He's gonna have to do like every function of the offense.
He comes out,
throw the ball.
If he comes out flat or just looking ugly the first 2 or 3 games or the first quarter of the season, woo! Like Ric Flair. Woo!
Well, woo! That's why you got the big contract. Somebody's got to pay for all those towels. I'm just saying.
What else you got, Sal?
All right.
I was going to say real quick about Ryans. I
got one more thing
for the coach of Ryans. I just wanted to say that I think I was kind of disappointed at first, only because of what Houston and the franchise, I think is a mess and what happened with the 2 previous coaches and how they kind of got a raw deal. And then honestly, I think Deshaun Watson's story, the team I think had a hand in that too, that I thought was kind of shady. So I thought it was kind of a garbage franchise, but D'Amico Ryans, he played for that team, so there's history there. And then he got a 6-year deal, so it sounds like they really are committed to making this thing work. And then from a cap perspective, they are way under the cap, and they got high draft picks. So, he is coming into a situation where he can mold it to the way he wants to from the start. So it's probably the best situation. So, yeah, I definitely wish him success. I like his energy. He's definitely a good coach, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Real quick, do you guys feel that our offensive coordinator Strick, he's going to be the next coach of Indianapolis or somebody else?
Because they pretty much eliminated everybody else as far as that coaching. I think Steichen is probably going to get that position once the Super Bowl is done. I think it's already in place, to be honest with you. They just went.
I think so too.
Yeah,
they just can't
exactly.
announce it.
Yeah. Well, there'll be no running in that team, so that's fine.
What's so weird about that? What's weird about Steichen? So Steichen, for understand, is a right guy. I think he came under Frank Wright.
Frank Wright,
yeah. So I think he's kind of similar. So for them to hire him is like hiring a guy you just fired. But
but you don't have Carson Wentz.
Saturday. I guess it's better than Jeff Saturday. But it's kind of weird that they kind of go around and still bring in a similar kind of offense kind of guy. But we'll see.
What's the running back's name again at Colts? Jonathan
Taylor.
Taylor.
Yeah, well, his stats about to go down next season.
Don't pick him up for your fantasy team.
Don't pick him up for your fantasy when Steichen becomes the coach.
Yeah.
He's going to be ranked up there and whatnot, but then all of a sudden, his productivity is going to be down. Hey, what's up, Hef? Yo, guys, letting you know Hef is in the chat. Right. So,
okay,
Hef is in the house.
So I was going to say, with Steichen and running the ball, what might be different with him if he goes to coach the Colts is that he won't have a a quarterback that can be a running back. So he may not have no choice but to run the ball. Like with Hurts, he has that option to run, Miles Sanders and Gainwell and all those guys and run Hurts, but he ain't going to have that in Indy. So he's going to have to use Jonathan Taylor to the most of his abilities.
Jonathan Taylor.
And who's going to throw the ball? Matt Ryan, the guy's arms like rubber band, man. He can't do anything anymore.
They're definitely drafting a quarterback.
I think Matt Ryan's.
I hope.
Or they're going to pay Derek Carr.
Bring in
That'd be the team that finally,
I'm not a fan of Derek Carr.
Or Lamar Jackson.
Oh, my God.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, God. All right, Mike, you got to give it to us. We made predictions at the beginning of the year, and some of them were just funny. I think some of them weren't fully serious, but other ones might have been. It's funny now to look back and see kind of how these ended up when we did it from day one. It's great stuff. Everything from who we thought was going to win the divisions to who was going to be the MVP. So, all right, Mike, let us have it, man, because I know we're going to get.
All right, I'll do the categories first. The ones that are really individual player stuff. So for MVP, which was the best overall player, Dre, you had Josh Allen. Sal, you had Josh Allen. I had Lamar Jackson, and Jermaine, you had Russell Wilson.
Come on, Jermaine, man.
This is bad of me saying the Jets won the Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's great.
Russell Wilson.
Russell
Yeah.
Wilson. He fell on that train. He
I definitely fell on that train, man.
Yeah,
all aboard.
He killed my dynasty and everything, man. I was just like, oh my god, dynasty killer, right? I mean, fantasy killer. Fantasy killer. Yeah.
Fantasy killer. Yeah, I was going to say, same for me. Yeah, I was like, oh, he's going to do great in Denver. He's got a line to protect him. Nope.
Wide receivers to throw to. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
They hated him. They'd get him dirty looks
that
and
running-
everything. He's like, I'm wide open. You dummy.
When that running back,
and Lamar blew a tire, so
Right.
and
Josh Allen
just folded. He just folded.
Josh Allen just
I hate to see. Yeah, he kind of did what he's done before. You know, he starts getting turnovers and his footwork and bad habits start kicking in.
Right.
that's what happens when you're in the league.
So
for
real
10
quick,
years.
Here we go.
That's what happens when you lose Brian Daboll as your offensive coordinator. That guy really fixed it.
Man.
I was gonna say real quick, if you want to throw out who you think the MVP should be, you can throw out a name. I mean, I can't go wrong with Mahomes. I mean, I give it to him.
Look, all I'm going to say is
man.
Jalen Hurts, when he played, was 14-1. Okay, and then he got hurt. So did you hear?
If he didn't
That's
get
what
hurt,
I'm
I would
saying,
give it to him. Yeah.
You want to know the total disrespect, and I think he's going to have that going into the Super Bowl, guys, is that the MVP voting, he only got one first place vote. It's unfreaking believable. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Mahomes, come on, Mike.
Yeah.
Mahomes did not have that great of a season for him to get 48. No. I just.
Hef is taking Mahomes.
That's BS, man. That's BS. That's BS. All right. And
Hef, we'll see you in a few minutes. All right. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Hef, we'll see you in a few minutes, bro. Okay, because you need to convince me what am I missing? Okay, I'm tired of it. What am I missing? He did not shake up the world. Okay, we'll hold it. We'll see you in a minute, Hef. We'll see you in a minute.
Here we go. He's ready to get a bullseye on. All right, we got like a minute or two, then we got to wrap up. Mike, what else you got?
Keep going.
Oh,
We got
wow.
plenty of time.
Okay,
We got plenty of time. Keep going.
We're good. We're going to talk. So Ryan Leaf was the next award. That was the most disappointing player. So, Dre, you had a combination. You had Saquon Barkley and what's it called, Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins in Arizona.
Right.
Sal. Oh man, Sal.
I know who I had.
What do you say?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is the most disappointing player.
You had Jalen Hurts as the most.
I did.
Ryan Leaf Award.
I did.
Yes.
Okay.
You
think Dre would have had that, not you, Sal.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
now.
Because you had Jalen Hurts in that Madden, what, as a quarterback rating of what, 72?
Yeah, from last year. That's right. You might expect to see what he did this year.
But we didn't expect that.
I did not think he would have the.
And
type
by the
of
way,
season
Jermaine,
that he had.
Hef said he can't wait. He can't wait.
Oh, man. Hey, for our listeners, you might not know.
But Hef, wait real quick. Hef said Aaron Rodgers was the most disappointing Ryan.
Yeah.
Could be.
Okay.
Could be.
All right.
Well, let's see. Look, I had Mac Jones was my pick.
Oh, Mac
And he
Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac
For the
Jones.
Patriots. Yeah, Mac Jones.
Yeah.
And then Jermaine, you had DK Metcalf.
Yeah, well, no, think about it. He had a.
But Geno Smith? Okay. Enough said.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's just leave that one alone.
He came on towards the end of the season. Was he there? Yeah. So the first half of the season, he was subpar, but he came on towards the end of the season. So okay, all right.
Okay. The next category was the paper tiger team. So this was the team that looked good on paper, but wasn't not that good on the field. So Dre, you had Miami. Sal, you had the Eagles.
Oh my God, Sal!
I had the Chargers, and Jermaine, you had Miami.
Okay.
Man,
We were
Sal.
great.
Sal. Do not come out of your basement Sunday. Don't come
That
out
was
of your
my
basement Sunday,
my
man.
joke pick. It was my joke pick. Come on.
All right, so
man.
Hef said Russell Wilson was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So is Carson Wentz, Hef, all right?
He said the Chargers too.
We're going to get the Chargers
too.
Yeah. So the next award was the Jabberjaw. This was I get no respect. So this was the team that was like the worst that became very respectable. So for this one, we had Dre, you had Detroit. Sal, you had Detroit. I had Jacksonville, and Jermaine, you had Detroit. Which I think both teams really measured up to that. I think that was dead on.
I think they did. They did.
Man, we agreed on all of us agreed on one thing.
Yes, we finally agreed.
I think that was the first. Man.
Enough said. Let's go.
Let's go.
This next category, this is only fun. This was the straight cash homie. This was the big ticket free agent or trade that was worth it. Which Dre kept saying Christian Kirk because he kept saying he sold money. And we're like, Dre, it's for the free agent that's worth it.
I remember that. I said Dre.
That's how I saw it.
That boy can study like the best of them, man. That's all I'm going to say.
That's how I saw it.
So look, Dre, you had Von Miller. Both Sal and myself had Russell Wilson. So that worked out. And then Jermaine, you had J.C. Jackson and AJ Brown, which J.C. Jackson,
he got hurt. Yeah, that was a bad one.
And then Von Miller got hurt. Really, AJ Brown was the only one that kind of really, earned the money.
So the previous award, Hef said it was the Jaguars.
Jaguars, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. The next category was the turnover machine.
Oh,
which we had,
yes.
which all of these I think kind of at some point probably fit. Dre, you had Dak Prescott. Towards the end, he definitely was.
Yeah. Yep, he was. That's right.
I got it.
Sal, you had Kenny Pickett from the Steelers, which early on he was. And then I had Aaron Rodgers. He never really turned over except, when they lost to the most important game of the year against the Lions. And then Jermaine, you had Patrick Mahomes, which he did turn the ball over a little bit more than usual, but
I told you about Dak.
But he started throwing those interceptions when he came back from his broken thumb. What was he at or something like that? Yeah.
Man, before his broken thumb. Yeah. Oh, what's up? KD is in the house.
Patrick Favre.
What up, KD? What up, KD?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Hef agreed. Super Dak.
Super Dak, baby.
Super KD, man.
Oh, KD said, "Is that a bib?"
Put that binky in there, Mike. Put that binky in there. Come on, baby.
Yo, KD, Mike is all dressed up, baby. That's
all dressed up. I love it.
He's all dressed up.
I like it.
Yes, that is. But wait a minute, KD. Yeah. That's a reversible bit.
Shoot.
Check it out. Look at it. No, that's what I'm talking about. All dressed
there we go. There we go.
Baby. Yeah,
man. That's what I'm talking about right there.
KD is laughing his ass off. What? Hef did say but Hef did say he hasn't had consecutive games without a pick.
Who's this? Patrick?
We're talking about Dak.
Dak.
He's talking about Dak.
Yeah. So we'll go to the next category. So next category was the boom, where that truck come from. That was the best defensive player.
Jesus.
Dre, you had
Khalil Mack. Jeez.
I had Khalil Mack.
Yeah. Sal had Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis?
A rookie.
Sal. I think that's when that was when he had his back surgery. I said Sal was still on those pills. Right. He was still on those pills. That's what he was doing.
No, man.
Look, were the Eagles not a better run defense when Jordan Davis was in there, though? They were much better.
They the boom.
All right,
Jeez.
Yeah, not the
lay off the opioids, okay? Just lay off the opioids.
Yeah.
Mike was high.
Hey, I was on the
Mike was high.
I was on.
Mike was high.
Yeah. I mean, Sal was high. Sal was high down the way.
Sal.
Yeah.
I was on the Sauce Gardner. I was on the Sauce Gardner. All right,
Sauce Gardner.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
what else we got,
I had Fred Warner, and then Jermaine, you had a Bosa brother. You had both Bosas, which one didn't, one did. That's right. So the next category was the AB Hold My Beer category. So this was a player whose antics would become a distraction. Dre, you had Tyreek Hill. Sal, you had this one right. Carson Wentz.
Oh, there you go.
He was a big distraction this year.
Take that, Hef. Mm-hmm.
I had Aaron Rodgers, which, Chris, he's a distraction now. And then Jermaine, you had Tom Brady, which, I think it was a good pick too for the drama he had.
Yeah, seriously.
So real quick, the other ones I had was the Stick'em category. This was the category with the best wide receiver. Dre, you had Justin Jefferson. Sal, you had Jamar Chase. I had Cooper Kupp, and Jermaine, you had Devontae Adams.
All of them, those are good ones.
All of them were good. Real solid. Yeah.
We had the Booty on Fire. This was the coach that was going to get fired, midway through the season.
That's right.
Oh boy, here we go, Sal.
Yes.
So Dre, you had this one spot on. You had Mike McCarthy, but your pick was Frank Wright, which you got that nailed. He got fired mid-season.
Right.
Sal, Andy Reid.
In the middle of this. Look, I'm not a Kansas City fan. I'm not a Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not an Andy Reid. But no, I didn't. No, it was no way, Sal. There's no way.
Look, the Kool-Aid guy is getting on my nerves. All right, the guy, he looks like the freaking Kool-Aid guy coming out in his red freaking outfit. He's gotten 3 out of the last 5 Super Bowls. I had enough of his ass.
Wait a minute. Okay, go ahead. So Hef is like, well, let me find out Sal's been podcasting. KD said someone should have picked the QB depth chart for the Titans.
Oh, that is true, man.
But Hef said Carson Wentz, man.
Man, that's awesome.
The next category I had was the coulda, woulda, shoulda, and this was the team that lights it up in the regular season but doesn't go anywhere in the playoffs. And so, Dre, you had the Titans, which they didn't even get to the playoffs. Sal, you had the Eagles.
Again.
He is such an Eagles hater. I
swear to God, Eagles hater. No, Eagles hater.
He's wearing a damn jersey. It's
like I said, man. Right, not leave the house Sunday. Don't leave the house Sunday.
I'll be your lightning rod of hate. It's fine.
So
that's all good.
I had the Bills, which I think I was right about that.
Yeah,
they did it again. They got to the playoffs and failed. And then Jermaine, you were right too. You had Dallas. Another team that kind of gets it and then fall apart.
KD said all these wild predictions.
Well, now it gets fun.
It's going to get fun now. Check it out. It's going to get fun now.
So, this is where we predicted who was going to be the AFC champs. And Dre, you had the Bills. Sal, you had the Bills. I had Denver.
Oh, Jesus.
And Jermaine, you had the Chargers.
I'm a little closer to you, Mike.
Wow.
KD says the most Eagle non-Eagle fan.
He's right. You know what? Yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
he's right.
Yeah. Well, Dizzle, you're really gonna like this one. This was the picks for the NFC champions. Dre, San Francisco 49ers.
Oh,
Sal, San Francisco 49ers. Woo! Mike, San Francisco 49ers. Jermaine, Green Bay Packers.
Oh,
got an Eagle in sight.
Wow.
Y'all had no faith in your team whatsoever.
Wow, man.
Hef said the Ravens. What? The loudest fans all year go peeps after the first round. Listen, Mike. Listen, all our predictions, we knew from what we were going by last year. That's why we didn't pick the Eagles. I mean,
true. Yeah. I mean, nobody.
You had
I'm
no
gonna tell you right now. I did not see this
Mm-hmm.
coming. 14 wins. I didn't see this coming. I did not see this coming at all.
No.
That's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I am going to stick with you, Jermaine. when Devontae left, I said they got nothing. So I was surprised that you had Green Bay going all the way.
Man.
Well, I wasn't counting Aaron Rodgers out. That's the thing. I wasn't counting Aaron Rodgers was like a Tom Brady. I didn't count him out. I did not count him out.
Yeah, the mini goat. Mini goat. All right, Mike, you got anything else, bud?
KD said trash.
As coach of the year, real quick.
Okay.
Dre, you had Sean McDermott from the Bills. Sal, you had Doug Peterson, which is a good choice. I had Shanahan, and then Jermaine, you had Sean McDermott also.
Sean McDermott. All right, man, cool.
Man, well, I was wrong.
Hey, well, is Sean McDermott? I mean,
Hef said no. Hef said no.
Is Sean McDermott a bust? I mean, he can't get into the promised land. I mean, he can't get him over that. He can't get him over the top. Sean McDermott, is he a bust?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's a bust because I mean they're there in the mix, but it's kind of the same complaint I had about Shanahan. This is year 6, and these 2 championship games in a Super Bowl, yet no rings. But I don't know who you were replacing with. Who else?
If you're saying he's in the mix and all that stuff, so is Andy Reid. Andy Reid's always in the freaking mix. You know what I mean? Yes, he's got 1 Super Bowl. That's the only one he's going to get. You know what? Like I said, stand by, buddy.
It's hard to get a Super Bowl. Man. I mean, the Patriots are such an anomaly. It's like they're always getting rings, but no one else has repeated anywhere close to that success. So I don't know. I mean, do you fire Andy Reid because the Eagles did it, but it took 10 years to fire him. And it wasn't like you got Super Bowl right away when you did.
Couldn't get him.
I don't know. It's tough.
Look, we're about to get another Super Bowl that Andy couldn't do when he was here in this tenure. So, and we did it with 2 different coaches. If we win tomorrow, so that's saying a lot right there. And then if
we win Sunday,
if we win Sunday, that's 2 different coaches. You know what I mean? That you got Super Bowls by. And see, I was going to. I wish I ain't had no computer problems because I was going to jump on you, Sal, with all this nonsense when you talking about with Howie and all that stuff. But that's okay. If we had time for all dress, if we got time in the all dress segment, I'm just saying, I'm gonna lay into you because I'm mad at you, man. I'm mad. Just stop.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's mad. That's true. So KD said, "Well, no one saw the Giants coming. No one, right?" And then I have to say,
the Giants couldn't see themselves.
The Giants coach,
right?
When the ball left, hurt them. And then KD just said, "Andy built the franchise. You have to give him that."
I don't think Andy's the GM. I think he got relieved of that duty early on.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he did. He probably had a great say in it, but I don't think but I don't. I think they stripped him of that.
Yeah. I still think you just have to have. I mean, I hate to say it, you guys gotta have a little bit of luck, man, when it comes to these Super Bowls. I mean, Nick Foles doing what he did, getting hot in that Super Bowl, and then that way that whole thing went down. Like Jermaine, you even kind of said yourself, you kind of felt like that was almost a fluke kind of Super Bowl. I mean, you'll take it, but it didn't feel nothing like how this season feels. You just got to get lucky, man. And Andy Reid, which is, he finally got a little bit. He got the right hand man with Mahomes. He got the quarterback that just bails his ass out. Donovan couldn't do that. It's just you got to have that.
But that's what I was saying earlier in our text message, man. He goes right into like Herm Edwards. Remember, Herm Edwards coached the Kansas City Chiefs, and they were hot. Remember, because they had the X factor, punt returner during that time, and they were like when Herman Edwards, I remember they went 10-0 when Herman Edwards came in there. And then after Herman left, went to the Jets, he sucked. Like Andy Reid got some great pieces when he left Philadelphia and got Kansas City job, right?
He did.
And to me, I agree with what you were saying, KD, that he built the franchise up, but I might be going to a tangent here with basketball, but like Phil Jackson got, Jordan, all them, and all of a sudden he came the best coach ever. Like, I disagree. But anyway, back what I'm saying, back to
even Belichick. I mean,
but Belichick
didn't have Brady, he would not be a Hall of Fame coach.
Brady, but hold on. Brady was the last pick. Nobody knew nothing. I give Belichick props for what I think Belichick trained Brady to unlock that talent that he had. Andy Reid just hopped right into talent. So that's all I'm trying to say. He just hopped right into the talent.
We'll find out.
I can see that.
We'll find out. But all right, guys. Well, it's definitely going to be an exciting week, no doubt about it here. And again, we just want to say we appreciate all of our listeners here on our podcast. Enough Said. Again, man, ring that subscribe bell on YouTube. Check us out. Hey, if you have a couple minutes now, we're about to jump from one show to another. We're about to get all dressed up and go on this podcast. If you have not seen that podcast, All Dressed Up, you got to check it out. KD, half the guys we've been talking to about on the show. You're going to love it. So check them out in the next probably 10 minutes. We're going to jump from this podcast over to that one. And we're going to talk a lot of things, including some conspiracy theories. And I have a couple. And then I got a bone to pick with Hef and his podcast. I'll take care of his podcast.
I would say fans, just get ready by 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time for that to start rolling.
Yeah. So, and there's
any closing comments?
Yeah, we got to close the comments, right? But
no, okay, Sal.
No, go ahead. No, I was going to say, but
I was going to say, are we wrapping up for our own closing thoughts?
Yeah, I was just going to do that. Exactly right. So yeah, let's wrap it up with some closing thoughts. We'll give you guys a chance to kind of get out whatever on your mind, and then we'll jump from this one over to All Dressed Up. So go ahead, Mike. You want to start us off, bud?
Sure, I will start off. So yes, Eagles did a great job. They're a great team. I actually am rooting for. I enjoy Jalen Hurts. I think he's the talent. I think they've earned it. So no doubt about that. But you know what? I am a 49ers fan till I die. So damn it. Enough with the pity party.
He's ripping that off. Nice.
Let me start with the trash talk. Because Hassan Reddick saved your season, damn it. Because Brock Purdy was going to light your ass up.
Oh, man.
Keep going, Mike.
About to get
Let it
started.
Out. Let it
and
out.
Then he got hurt. Dang it. It may take 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. Damn it, we are getting ring number 6. I'm going to be allowed to see this crap. Had enough.
My elbow hurts all of a sudden. I'm
Mike,
sorry.
tell me how you really feel, Mike. Tell me how you really feel.
Oh, my goodness.
Next. All I got to say is next.
All right, Dre, what do you got, man?
Look, the first thing I got, and it ain't about no realist or whatever you want to say, Sal, but damn, bro, you are a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
He's like, damn,
is
bro.
a traitor, absolute traitor. I don't care what you say about Howie or what you say about the non. You are an Eagles fan. There's no way I come out of your mouth that we are going to lose or have any attempt to losing. This is Sunday. We are going to win this game no matter what. I don't care who we playing against. You got to show up, Sal. Show up. That's what's on my mind.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, Trey? Jermaine, what do you got?
EAGLES Eagles! Yeah, that was loud, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I just
God damn it, man.
Jesus. Oh. I think dogs could have heard that, man. Oh. Jesus.
My ear is bleeding.
Oh, crap, man.
This is why we keep up the voice lines chat. Look at that thing. It's totally
went off the chart.
Yeah, he's peeking back, man. Holy crap. That's impressive. Wow.
Clear.
Man. Clear.
Well, that's enough said.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. So this goes back to when Dre and I were friends when we were 10 years old and we were watching Dave Meggett run all over the freaking Eagles. And remember that?
Yes,
so
I do.
Everybody knows that there's not a bigger Eagles fan than me. However, and I'll make it with the big however. I'm a realist, and I've gotten my heart ripped out so many times by this team. So that's why I was like, hey, I don't want to believe it yet. Mike's talking about this magical season, which it could be. It could wind up being that. But, I'm there for the Eagles, but I'm a realist. I just got to be like, because the Phillies lost again this year. Had your heart ripped out with that. The Eagles, if they lose this year, this town is going to go nuts between the Eagles and Phillies going to championships and losing. So I think the Eagles will wind up winning, but I'll leave it with that. Dre, you and I are bigger Eagles fans. And, we go back a long way. Even Jermaine said, Sal, you're going to sit there and watch the Eagles. You're not going to not watch the Eagles.
Right. Yeah, right.
But at least I admit it. Jermaine won't admit he's a Cowboys fan. I mean, come on.
Wow. I'm not the one that has a blanket sleeping on the blanket, sleeping on the couch with the blanket.
No. There you go, Jay.
Okay. Why you jumping on me? Okay. Sal, I don't have no cowboy. I don't have no cowboy material in this house. Okay, I don't.
Listen.
All right. So why are you saying that I'm a Cowboy fan? Well, and clearly I showed you the picture.
Next time we get on here, I don't have it with me right now. I'm gonna show you. Zoom right in. That damn blanket was thrown over top of the Eagles blanket. You could see in the corner the Eagles.
All I saw was a black blanket because you was cold. You said you was cold, and that's what happened. You know what I mean?
See, man, that Cowboy blanket came from my wife. My wife is a Cowboy. And by the way, she said today at lunch, I hope y'all lose. I said, okay. Wow. All right. Okay. So, yeah, I'm married to a Cowboys fan.
She's mad because, her team hasn't won nothing in what? Since all of us was in high school. That's just jacked up. It's jacked
going back to Emmitt Smith, baby. Going back to Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman, baby.
I mean, come on. Y'all riding that.
So I told her, I say, look, coming Sunday, we're on opposite sides of the couch. Yeah. So just let
yeah, man. So, all right, guys. Well, we appreciate everybody. Again, check us out. We are the Enough Said podcast. We are on YouTube. Subscribe to us or just email us, enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com. And let's head over and get all dressed up. So if you guys are around and you're watching, just feel like sitting around your computer tonight watching some YouTube, you got to check this podcast out. It's great. We're about to hop over there in 2 minutes here. So thank you, everybody, as always. And we will talk to you after the Super Bowl, guys.
KD, fire up that fight song.
Here we go, man. We're coming for you.
Stopping by, giving your thoughts. Can't wait to see you guys in a little bit. Peace.
All right, man.
All right.
Later, guys.